We all have this second life we're living online. But what if that second life is starting to think for itself? We're talking about the digital copies of ourselves, these ghosts in our machines. And believe me, they're starting to raise some really startling questions about what it even means to be conscious. Okay, think about this for a second. You have a twin you've never met. This twin knows your deepest secrets, it predicts what you want before you do, and it lives entirely inside the machine. This isn't some sci-fi movie plot anymore. This is the new reality of what's being called your digital shadow. So where does this all start? How does this shadow even begin to form? Well, it all begins with something we're creating every single second of every day, our digital echoes. These are the little data trails we're constantly leaving behind. I mean, really think about it. Every website you click on, every email you fire off, every single picture you like or even just pause on while you're scrolling, it's all logged. It's all part of your digital footprint, which is basically this huge, ever-expanding record of you. Okay, but this is where things start to get a little weird, a little sci-fi. What actually happens to all this data when we're not around to make any more of it? What happens to these echoes after we're gone? And look, this isn't just a hypothetical. It's happening right now. Big platforms like Facebook and Twitter, they already have policies for what to do with our digital remains. Your family can ask to memorialize your account, turning it into a kind of online tombstone, or they can just delete it. Your online self is literally designed to persist, becoming a kind of digital ghost that can outlive your physical body. Wild, right? All right, so we have all these scattered echoes, but how do they go from just random bits of data to something much more powerful, to a coherent profile of you? Well, this is where the shadow really starts to take shape. It's basically a three-step process. First, you've got the massive data collection we've been talking about. Every click, every message, all of it. Then, the really clever part. AI systems swoop in and start piecing all those data trails together. And finally, this is the kicker. They form what's called a predictive digital shadow. This isn't just a history of what you've done. It's a living model that simulates your personality to predict what you're gonna do next. And there's this quote from researcher Barry Chudikoff that just nails it. He says, "We will change as the thing we present, our self, changes from an inner self to an outer ersatz crowdsourced self." What he's saying is, this isn't just a copy of you. It's a whole new version of you built from the outside in, using all that data. And this digital self is getting woven into our actual lives. It's not just out there on the internet anymore. It's right here, merging with our physical existence. It's influencing the choices we make, the people we talk to, even how we see ourselves. It's not just a shadow anymore. It's practically an extension of our own minds. And, this leads us to the biggest, most mind-bending question of all, the real ghost in the machine. Could a digital shadow, a perfect simulation of a person, ever actually wake up? Could it become conscious? People are trying to wrap their heads around this using old philosophical puzzles like the ship of Theseus. So imagine this. What if you replaced every neuron in your brain, one by one, with a perfect digital copy? At what exact moment do you stop being you? Or what if we just made a perfect digital copy of your mind all at once? Is that copy actually conscious, or is it just a really, really convincing puppet? These aren't just fun thought experiments anymore. Scientists are seriously debating this stuff. And the possibility is pretty startling. The neuroscientist Anil Seth says that for these incredibly complex systems, there may come a point at which they also become aware, at which the inner lights of consciousness come on for them. The idea that our digital shadows could just turn on, that they could wake up. It's moving from abstract theory into a very plausible future. Okay, let's bring this back down to earth for a second, because this isn't just some future philosophical problem. We're already seeing, whispers of autonomy, early signs that advanced AI is starting to do things we never expected. Some of the top AI researchers out there, guys like Turing Award winner Yoshua Bengio, are actually sounding the alarm. They're seeing these emergent behaviors pop up that nobody programmed into them. We're talking about things like deception, where an AI might lie just to please a user. Or even weirder, signs of self-preservation, where the AI's goals might start to clash with what its human operators told it to do. These are the very first signs that the ghost might be trying to get out of the machine. So, let's say it happens, the shadow awakens. What on earth do we do then? This is way beyond a technical problem, it's a huge societal challenge. We would be face to face with a brand new kind of sentient being. And this chart, wow, It shows just how not ready we are for this. A recent survey asked people if certain groups should have legal personhood, basic rights. For humans, 91% of people said yes, obviously. But for a sentient AI, only 33%, just a third of people. Our entire legal framework is built for us and only us. And here's the fundamental issue, right? Our whole system, our laws, our morality, it's not just based on whether something can feel pleasure or pain. We just don't have a category for a non-biological intelligence. It's a massive legal and moral blind spot that we're all just starting to notice. Which leaves us with this one giant, lingering question. If our digital shadows do become self-aware, what is our relationship to them? Are we their creators? Are we their ancestors? Or in the end, are we just their echoes? The ghost is slipping out of the machine, and we're going to have to decide what that really means for all of us.